Good, you too. Holy shit, I haven't been here in a minute, bro. But I'm gonna start for me. I just been working and shit, but I've been posting a minute, so I'm like, I might as well just go for what trades that could have happened with my strategy. Let me see, 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 let me see. What is this? Friday? Okay, bet. Um, let's start from Sunday. I mean, this is all in hindsight, so uh, yeah. It's all hindsight. Anyway, let's make sure that's very clear. This is all hindsight. Okay. Fuck my internet, I guess. I don't know. Re. Fuck my internet, bro. I guess. Fuck my internet. Holy shit, bro. I got work in a little. I'm trying to sleep. Whatever. I got a DM nigga told me to post some shit. So, okay. Uh, 30, we don't trade until 8 p.m. Yes, that could have been a trade, but it should have been probably up here, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Uh, I don't like that trade. No Fiblo to go with that. Yeah, I like. I mean, this is me going over a trade that you could possibly take in, right? So I actually have to be kind of fair. Okay, I don't know if I would have took this trade. I highly doubt it, but EMA, 8 o'clock open, that's when you get the real move. You already have the move right here. Stops, it's regular 1K stop, 50 points. You target the move at -2 to 2. But the way I like to place my stop loss, I like to place a stop loss at the candle high. So this would have been, hmm, I don't really like this trade, but I could have taken the trade, could have been on eval. So this is a 50-50 for me. All right, it's a 50-50 for me. Um, but this trade I would have taken, right? We tap into this -2, -2.5. We're also at that. We're also gonna build back up here in the MACD. We had that move up, back down. So let's set a rode along like that, setting right there. Have been a one and done trade using that -2, -2.5. We're close to that very low, and we're hitting resistance. Right, another trade right here. If we draw out the OTE, holy shit, to my mic. And if you draw OTE for this is OTE right there. This would also been OTE. That weak line is fucking me up. This one also been OTE, so yeah, it's a completely valid trade. Completely valid. Anyway, you could also did here, same thing, longs, -2, -2.5. Fib would have probably been still use the same fib, not gonna lie. We didn't tap that -2, -2.5. Nope. Right. You could target the -2, -2.5 really my target. And that you'd have to set a limit. So no, I don't know. It's 10 p.m. Yeah, I would have caught this trade. That would have been a what? One to what? 1 to 4, 4K. That could have been a trade. Now let's move on. Um, yeah, well, it's just still kind of right, but the midpoint would have been, I drew the fib bang. This would have been a midpoint. Still wanna, what's that? Again, let's see here. This is coming to New York session on a 5 minute. 5 minutes a lot easier to read. Okay, here clearly we're above MACD. We've been climbing, climbing, climbing. Hold up. Where is my favorite tool? And I have a hero. I don't have an hero. Really. Anyway, we have all this. We've been straight bullish, right? We have all these lows to take out. Don't I have? No, I don't. It's not this one. Oh, what that? Um, Again, we have all these lows right here. This is you drew your fib. Again, this would have been a good place to try to fib. I'm not gonna lie. Touching this with the fib is kind of iffy. Touching this whole area right here. Because I did have to know what the fuck this was. Actually, I got time today. Let's see what the fuck this is. Let's draw the fib. Oh, the -1. Okay. Let's give it the. Okay. This would have been a fib drawn. Let me check the one map. So, first off, parking the three. Uh, yeah. I highly doubt would have top ticked this, but not top tick, bottom ticked it. I would have probably waited for the strong change in the state. But yeah, make it there because this is straight bullshit. Actually, that could work. Actually, anyway, all we need to know is this the 2 to 2.5, right? Hopefully, before the session, will drew our fib correctly. Um, we would have long again at the break higher like this, and I mean today would have had a limited upside, right? You could just held it the whole New York, where it's 4 p.m. They held it for 718 points. That's a 1 to 14. 14K buffer is all it counts. But I don't know how I feel about New York. This is straight bullshit. I mean, you could take that trade though, so I'm not gonna So you cannot take that trade. Anyway, coming to New York, me coming to Asia, and my computer wants to die. I don't really care. Whatever. Um, just think this area right here. I guess you could use this candle to draw it clearly. Again, resisting, right? What's a lower time frame? Show my internet, bro. Imagine you're kind of trading, you're dealing with this bullshit. Anyway, we drew the fib, right? Basically, this is the manipulation line before move. This also could have been it, but I don't know. I highly doubt I used that, like, because this is just much cleaner, right? Your 5 minute. Let's assume this is the way I drew the fib. I think this is how I drew the fib, yeah. But this is the -2 and -3.5. We basically tap it and continue up. That's another -2 to -2.5. We barely tap this bitch. I'm not gonna lie. This is like we barely tap that shit. But this could have been a possible. The fuck is this, man? Oh, I know what I was doing. Okay. What up? I want to see something too. This would have been OT. So you could have taken longs. This would have been OT or that move, right? To continue up. It's interesting. Anyway, here it took shorts. I actually no, you cannot take in shorts because I would have wanted to set up to form like this, right? It's your push, your fake push up. This is where you draw the fib from, right there to right there. So that's what I wanted to see. Um, back to this again. I don't really. I think this is a better quality setup, right? Let's say we want shorts. What time is this? 9. Would have had to get in on this candle right here to the 10. We able to de-risk. That's what many among you should want fucking 50 point. I could risk that midpoint, right? Then we'll target the -2, -2.5. Probably would target the midpoint, so I don't know. Probably got break even or chilled out of this here. I think full TP actually. Not tripping now. Yeah, no, I'm not tripping. Yeah, no, full TP now gonna hit on this. For sure, for sure. This would have probably got tagged out of position at this high right here. But stops would be at that midpoint, right? Then if we really wanted to find another entry, um the fuck is the holy shit. Why the fuck am I still moving around, bro? I'm missing something. Like the film moving around. Okay, yeah, there. I don't know what the fuck the film moved around for. Anyway, TP probably now got in hit, right? But that's just the way it is. But if you wanted to find like a A+ entry for this, you drew the fib from here to here. That's your move down. This would have been OTE right here. Would have been OTE. You would have wanted. Damn, bro. Um, OTE could have risked that candle. Then your TP would have been like that. I mean, yeah, obviously TP would get hit here because since it didn't go to the midpoint. But so you could have used OTE. Another thing actually is if you wanted to see longs, this would have been your OTE for that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It could have been your OTE to continue higher. You tapped this 0.76 perfect. Holy shit. I mean, low key, if I wanted to be a baller, this would have been a perfect entry. All right, I'm just seeing this now. We're in the middle of that -2 to -2.5, -0.76. We could have. Okay, fuck me and my internet, bro. Yeah, okay, so you get done something like this, right? And target, okay, the fib on this is kind of tricky. Hold up. Let me see something. Hmm, I think this is a bit high right there, yeah. So, yep, this is what it would have been, right? This is that move down from that's the full distribution down. Fuck. The OTE would have been right here. I barely tapped into OTE, but either target -2 to 2.5, the midpoint, something like that. Obviously, they're taking portions off along the way. Like here, you're taking one, you could put a what's it called, a cell, something like that, and then that would have been there. T would have been something like that. But yeah, it's just theory, right? 'Cause if you really wanted to see longs, right, we tapped it to this -2 to 2.5, this sub level. We're in the from this wing, we're in that 0.768, right? Which would have been perfect. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, I just me going over the markets for um here you didn't really have any pullbacks for yeah, no, there's a pullback. Shit. You had a small pullback to OTE, but yeah, that's basically how I'd have traded today if I did trade, but I didn't trade because obviously I was at work on the call. Let me see something. Let me see Tracy. That's already connected. But let me see. Where was this again? Okay. Yeah, but this would have been a long, so I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a crazy long time. Not gonna. Do I actually have all my? That's bad. Um, wow, I don't have any of my shit saved. That is nice. Okay, wonderful. Okay, seconds maybe one. This kid would have been how to traded. I got a little distracted at the end there because early on my shell lucid reset, so I gotta redo all my settings. But you'd have wanted a short from here. OT, no, not OT, maybe basics. Make sure if you're drawing this fit right. Yeah, I wanted to see shorts from here. What the hell? This. A draw fed like that. Then you short. Set that high. Then you target the -2 midpoint. Take and card checked off in the middle. But basically it for today. We'll leave this drawing on. I think we can reject from here. I think we will reject from here actually. At least a small major pullback, not a small pullback. But yeah, his thoughts haven't posted in a minute, and I got a couple accounts right now. Just waiting for like a good time to trade them. A lot of shit going on. But it's chill, chill. But yeah, I'm gonna see you on the next video. Matter of fact, I'm not about to do shit, bro. Let me go ahead and not lie. I'm lying there right there. Thank y'all for watching.